Sometimes projects just don't work out. So let's frog them. Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name's Kat and this is Flaming Llama Knits. Today we are going to frog some projects that did not work out. So we're going to do a little bit of a frog and chat. We are frogging 3 separate projects today. It's a SABAI top, a Tolsta Tee, and a kilometer scarf. Let's go. So today we are very disappointed. And by we, I mean me, because I feel like I've sunk so much time into these projects for them not to work out. But honestly, I also feel like if they had worked out, I would be kind of disappointed in the end result. One of them honestly would not have worked out whether I wanted to continue or not. So let's go into what happened and how we got here. So the first project that we're going to frog is my SABAI top. Let me show you guys what happened here. So this is my SABAI top. Let me clip this on actually. Okay, hopefully you guys can hear me. So this is my SABAI top. She's cute. Turns out I am really not comfortable in any sort of boat neck, which is really sad because honestly, like I was having a really good time knitting this, but I'm gonna end up finishing this and we're ending up without something that I'm gonna wear. So we're gonna just go ahead and frog it. So this one I'm really sad about. This is in Sandnes Garn Line, and this is a pattern that I've been wanting to do for a really long time. And the more that I thought about it as I was finishing it up after I makeshift tried it on, the more that I was like, it'll grow on me, it'll grow on me. And the problem is that it won't. It's not gonna grow on me. It was not my style. It was not my look. It honestly looked really not super great on me. And it made me really sad to think about. So we're frogging. The needle is out and here we go. Okay, so here's one ball and one hank, and we've still got a little bit to go. The pattern does tell you to break your yarn when it comes to separating for the front and back. So we do have a little bit of more to go. Sorry, Apollo is trying to eat my yarn tail as it like hits the bottom of the papasan that I'm sitting on. So this is just fun. So let me tell y'all a little bit about what's been going on while I frog this very, very last part. So I've found myself in a little bit of a mistake rut when it comes to knitting. So recently what I found is that I just keep making like these dumb mistakes that I don't know if it's because I'm going too fast or because I'm thinking, oh, this is easy, I can get this done really quickly, or, oh, I'm not paying attention or something. I don't know what's going on. But I've found that it's become quite an issue now that I've got 3 separate projects that I'm having to frog. And also, just as a side note, I know I have a what's it called, a yarn winder like right next to me, but I actually find it a little bit easier to wind this particular yarn, the Sandnes Garn Line, into a ball. I don't know why. Don't ask me. Because I have no idea. I also just hate starting yarn balls, like in general, so don't look at me. I say as I'm filming a video for my YouTube channel, which is a video where you have to look at me. Aren't we just so funny? So, y'all tell me in the comments what you guys have frogged recently and help me feel a little better about frogging all of these projects, because I now have 0 active whips and I don't know what I'm going to do here. Because how do you end up with 0 active whips? You make all of these mistakes. And now I'm tangled. See, I'm telling you. We're just making mistake after mistake. Okay, what happened here? Oh, I see what happened here. So it essentially made itself into its own little ball. And where I'm pulling from is under, so I'm just going to wear it like a bracelet and see if that's helpful. Just going to wear it like a bracelet, see if that's helpful. So I'm thinking that now that I'm frogging the Sandnes Garn Line, I'm going to put this on as a new whip. Maybe I'll do a Tolsta Tee with it, seeing as I have to frog my Tolsta Tee because I was dumb. But like Rebecca Clow said earlier this week on TikTok, it is Tolsta season, so maybe I'll make a couple of Tolstas. I don't know. We'll see. I also didn't tell you guys what I'm wearing. I am wearing the basic organic tee, which is just a top-down raglan. It's super cute and I love it. And I am struggling to remember who the pattern writer is. I'm going to put it on the screen because I don't remember. And it is in Barocco Modern Cotton. So it's like a cotton viscose blend, and it is super soft and it's super airy and drapey, and honestly I love it. My one qualm with it is that it stretches. So throughout the day I find myself having to pull the collar up. Oh, I dropped my yarn ball. I find myself having to pull my collar up because it's stretched on me. So just a heads up, if you do end up knitting this very quick, very easy pattern, it does end up stretching if you use this specific yarn. Also, don't skip the collar. I skipped the collar because I wanted a wider neck. I'm gonna go back and finish the collar. So, is this technical? I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all, I keep dropping this damn thing. So is this technically an unfinished object? The world may never know. The yarn tangled. Because, of course it did. Because nothing can ever be easy when you're frogging and you're trying to put it into a yarn ball. I swear this is the last yarn ball I'm going to do. In this project, I say to myself, and in this video, I say that to myself, but will I? Probably not. I will probably do one more yarn ball. Or maybe a few. Who knows? But all I know is that this yarn is pissing me off now. Also, sorry guys, I'm getting over like a cold. And here in San Antonio, it's like peak allergy pollen season. So we are in the pollinating part of that one meme. And like every day I wake up and my car is covered in like green, and I'm just subsequently dying. All right, so I promised y'all I would speed this up, but clearly I did not expect this yarn to just decide to go cray. So That's just great. Is this it? Is this it? Oh, yay! We untangled the yarn mess. Or at least we untangled it enough to where I'm comfortable with just winding the rest of it and moving on. Okay, we're moving on from this ball. So we've got one hank, one ball, and one ball, which equal a hank. They're about the same size. Yay! Let's move on to the next project. So the next project is my Tolsta Tee. Okay, first of all, admiration for this yarn. This is the Wandering Flock. No, not the Wandering Flock. Wanderluck Fibers. This is Wanderluck Fibers. She is a local dyer, and I love this colorway. And I am dumb, and this is where I tell you guys I was dumb. So I was so excited about this idea. I just cast it on. I said, okay, they're both superwash yarns. We're good to go. And guess what's not a superwash yarn? The Wanderluck Fibers stuff. It's not superwash. But this white stuff is superwash. So now we gotta frog it because your girl messed that up. Because you can't mix them. You can't. You just can't. So let's go ahead and start frogging this. And I just want to say, as I start pulling out this needle, that I love this yarn. So if you have a chance, if you're in Texas, or I'm not sure if she ships nationwide actually, now that I think about it, or internationally, but if you are in Texas and you have access to Wanderluck Fibers, you should absolutely give it a shot because it is really soft and it's nice. And I know that I say everything's really soft, but like I also tend to buy only really soft yarns because I tend to have like sensory, like I don't like rustic yarns. Like I'll do Noro, but that's also not like the rusticest of the rustic. So if you have a chance, get it because like look at the variegation on it. Like it's just so pretty. I don't remember what colorway this is, but it's so pretty. I'm like in love with it. Anyway, let's get froggy. We've got one yarn ball and we've still got the collar. So let's chat about perfectionism while I do this. So I know a few of us in this lovely community struggle with perfectionism on some level, and I want you all to know that so do I. And part of the reason why these projects are getting frogged, sorry, like I said, getting over a cold. Part of why these projects are being frogged is because I am fighting perfectionism in one way or another by giving them a legitimate purpose. So, for example, the SABAI top, I knew that I wasn't going to wear it if I finished it. And my perfectionistic mindset basically said, you know what? You should finish it though, because you've already started it and all of that progress is going to go to waste and you're doing pretty decently on it. Let's just go ahead and finish it. Even if you don't wear it, you can always give it away. And as much as I love giving knits away, I felt like it was a waste of a yarn that I really wanted to have in my wardrobe to give it away. This one was going to get frogged anyway because my goodness, like I don't know what in the world I was thinking. But the next one is the kilometer scarf, and that one is really about the way, like the thickness of it. And that one I'm not fighting perfectionism on. So let's make it realistic, because let's be real. Sometimes we lose the fight against perfectionism and sometimes we don't. And we keep trying anyway, because it's all about, at least for me, it's about fun. It's about having cool things in your wardrobe. It's about all of these nice, warm, fuzzy feelings that I get when I'm knitting, and being able to have some time to relax at the end of the day. And it's not about being perfect. But every time that I sit down to knit, I am thinking about, how can I make this better? And making things better is not perfectionism. Holding yourself to a standard that you can't possibly achieve, like making 30 sweaters in a year because you saw somebody else on YouTube do it. That is crazy and could be perfectionism depending on how you look at it. So, all in all, let's strive to be a little bit more intentional with our knits, and a little kinder on ourselves, because being kind to yourself is difficult sometimes, but we got to give it a shot, right? And here we are, the collar. It's so small. Okay. The third one we're going to do is the kilometer scarf. All right, guys. So this one I'm really sad about. I'm really, really sad about this one, honestly. Let me show it to you. So this is my kilometer scarf, and it's really wide. It's really wide. There's no way. This is 3 skeins in, I want y'all to know, and it's like maybe like the length of my lower leg. What is it called? I don't know what it's called. Anyway, it's maybe like not that long. And first of all, we've got 2 problems. The first problem is I'm going to run out of yarn. The second problem is this is way too thick. Or not thick, it's way too wide. So I'm going to cut it in half. So we're going to, instead of 100 stitches, we're going to go down to 50, and we're going to do this again. But right now, we're going to frog. Because why not? Also, on another note, I did cast this on with my new C-Knit interchangeables, and they are amazing. I'd heard about them because Florence Miller, so Handmade by Florence on YouTube, uses them, and I had just been like, oh, these are interesting, and then I did end up trying them. I learned to knit on some C-Knit straight needles, but I ended up trying their shorties, or their shorty fixed one for a 9-inch circular for a sock one time, and it was great. And these are the 4-inch 5mm, so US 8 needles, and they have been great. They're awesome. My cat is like staring at them, trying to eat them. But hi, Apollo, you're so cute. I'll show you guys a picture of my cat here. He's cute. Okay, so this one we're gonna frog. Now I did do a center pull on this, so I don't really know how I'm gonna do this. I think I'm just gonna fold this and then go in from the outside. Yeah, we're gonna do that. And then once we get to the next skein, okay, so mistake number 3 on this one, I started to weave in the ends. So we're gonna have a really good time when we get to the last skein, because I wove in the ends for that one. I'm telling y'all, I should have just let them be. I should have learned my lesson. You know, this happened to me the other time too, on a completely different project that I ended up having to frog and redo a specific section of it. And actually it was my cloud sweater. It happened to me on my cloud sweater as well, where I had woven in the ends to like basically everything, and I didn't realize that I was going to have to go in there and extend the sleeves a little bit, and I had to find where the ends were, so that's a mess. Okay, one skein. And now this one, I think I am going to set up my winder for this because this is a little much. And as much as I love to make yarn balls, I don't really want to like sit here and make a million yarn balls. Oh, come on. Although it's only 2 more, but who's counting, right? Sorry, I'm counting. I'm counting how many yarn balls I have to do. All right. Can I get this on there? Also, ramen. Can I get this on here without losing my brain, losing my mind? Let's see. Yes, I can. Okay, great. So while I'm doing this, oh, it's not on there firmly, I guess. So this is Spin Cycle Trine. I'm not sure if it's discontinued or not because I found it at Harriet and Alice in Minneapolis, or actually it's in Edina, which is a super cute store, and they had it on like deep discount. It was like $8 a skein, and these are actually my alma mater's colors. So this is a game day scarf that my husband will hopefully be able to use in the fall, in the winter really, like at winter games and stuff. Maybe if we make another bowl game and they send us somewhere cold, he can use it there. But I'm really in love with using this. Like, it makes a really great fabric. It's really easy to knit. It's not super rustic. It's not super soft either, but it isn't super rustic to where you're like, oh my gosh, why is this so rough? So that's great. Oh, my cat just found a yarn ball. That's great. Apollo, let me deal with this.
A few moments later.
Ball number 2. So it's 1 ball, 2 ball, and now we have 1 more ball to go. And let me tell y'all, finding the ends again and pulling them out one by one, horrible. I don't know why I keep doing this to myself where I just, because I love weaving in ends, but like, I don't know why I keep doing this to myself where I just like do the ends. Terrible, terrible. It's because I love weaving in ends, really. And I know I'm weird for that, but you know what? Weaving in ends gives me like that meditative like state. Also, I learned to embroider before I learned to knit or even crochet. So I love weaving in ends. On another note, I found this hole in one of my blankets while I'm, doing this. I found a hole in one of my blankets and I'm gonna have to fix it. And it's like my favorite crochet blanket. It's the one right behind me. Somebody, I think I know who, has put a hole in it. So now I gotta fix it. We're just gonna have so much fun fixing a hole that shouldn't have been there. But the good thing is that I still have some of that yarn, so that'll be hopefully enough to fix the hole. 3rd ball finished. So we've got 1 ball, 2 ball, 3 ball. Perfect. All right. So let's recap. Today we frogged the SABAI top, which I'm really sad about, but let's be honest, like the boat neck doesn't look good on me. I'm not gonna wear it. So good riddance. Let's do a Tolsta Tee with the yarn instead. The Tolsta Tee, which I messed up by mixing superwash yarn and regular wool yarn which you should never do. And if you have done that before, please drop it in the comments and let me know how that went, because I am scared. So I won't do that. And the kilometer scarf, which I just frogged because it was too wide. So now I'm going to do it again, but just a little bit thinner. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye.